Hello everybody and welcome back to Doom Eternal. The last time we played, we headed back to Earth and basically we've been in search of the third, Hell Priest. We went back to Earth and we found out we had to go to Mars. And so we headed to Mars, blasted our way into Mars, and now we're headed into Sentinel Prime. Instead of heading back to the Fortress of Doom, we're actually heading into Sentinel Prime now, which is past this lost city that we had in past this lost city in Mars. It's teleported us to this new city. Ooh, and there's sentinels here. Hell yeah, we look so badass. Oh, okay.
Welcome home, Great Slayer.
Ooh.
Alert the priest.
Fuck that. Ooh. Angel my ass. That thing was demonic as all hell. Okay, so we don't have any challenges here. We still have the two challenges for the plasma rifle and for the rocket launcher. In terms of secrets, really it's just a bunch of lore, and one Praetor token. So we're going to eliminate Degrov. Well, at least we're getting a bunch of lore. That's actually pretty cool. Sentinel Prime. There's the image for you. The ancient arena is a holy place for the people of Argent D'Nur. Constructed in the earliest days of their history, this Colosseum served as a proving ground for trial by combat. Historical records indicate that the Argenta did not jail their own kind. Rather, prisoners and criminals were granted the right to earn their chance at regaining honor through victory in the arena. Those who succeeded were given a place to fight in the front lines of the Sentinel army, to die in service to Argent D'Nur. This traditional use of the arena has subsided since the assimilation with the Dark Realm. The corrupted priests now allow more violent exchanges, with armed captives pitted against demons for sport. The priests of the Order Deeg continue to hold undisputed power on Argent D'Nur. Spilling the blood of the Argent Ascended class will result in the transgressor's banishment. Asylum amongst the Argenta will be denied to any who do not adhere to the rules of engagement. Flashback.
We found him in the valley, just outside the castle walls. He was badly wounded and wearing this.
Guts. Huge guts.
Oh shit, we
Kill
talked.
them. Must kill them all.
He has fight in him yet.
In spite of his injuries.
Send him to the arena. Let him be judged like the others.
Wow, that's the first time we've ever spoke. Wow. History of the Sentinels, Part 4. Alright, so now we're learning more about the Sentinels. It's the picture there. See, there was a lot of people who were complaining about the fact that there was no story to this game, and it's really all the story is in these codexes. You just gotta read them. In the time of King Novik, as the Argentas secured peace and safety through dimensions across time and space, an outlander came to us. He was not of our world and spoke an ugly tongue. How he first took step upon our land was unknown. Sentinel scouts had found the outlander bloodied, clawed, and near death, mumbling of impending doom and the forces of darkness. The scent of blood followed him, and the gore that stained his armor seemed not entirely his own. By Argenta law, the stranger would be judged in the Colosseum, where he would be given the chance of all who stray from the path to fight for his freedom. We knew not of this stranger. His mind seemed crippled with rage. He dressed in attire not suited for our lands and carried munition of arcane origin. We watched as his will overcame his injuries, and in the blood arena he proved his worth. The Outlander's technique was crude and brutal, but the determination of his charge echoed that of any true-born sentinel. His war cry echoed through the Colosseum as did the sound of his fury, and the guards cheered his banner, "Rip and Tear." They shouted as the beast pushed beyond mortal wounds and certain death. He would not be gifted no rank, no title. He'd be gifted no rank, no title. The survivors in the arena were provided only one reward, the right to earn an honorable death while spreading the blessings of the Makers to those in need. The Outlander's determination was witnessed, his ravings documented, and through the word of the Order Deeg, the Con Maker had him brought before her. She set her minions to learning his tongue, for with his ugly words he spoke of lands unseen, creatures born of fire, and a dark place unknown to the Queen and her caste. Yet another opportunity to expand the gift of the Makers to those in need. So see, that must have been us. It's like Maker tools. Scripts and things here. Bunch of like barrels.
I offer you, O great powerful one, a sign of truce.
So I think the thing is that maybe she knows exactly what we're capable of. She knows that we're this very powerful, guy who cannot be stopped. I mean, the demons know of us. Obviously, the angels have to as well, right? So here's number 5. On the eve of the Black Star, and the Dark Ones came from a world beneath our own, not through ship or ephemeral vessel, but through the fabric of dimensions. Out of swirling fiery gates came horned beasts from a timeless realm. First one, then many. Crashing waves of evil swelled from the obsidian forest of the Argentan overlands. The Alorum clans from the eastern mountains fell first to the black hordes of devils, and the city of Talorum was slung under the weight of their charge. We sentinels rose to meet the beast with spear in hand, the might of the holy fleet striking back at the demons. But the dark gates from whence they came gave birth still to even greater hordes. A line of blood was drawn with the fallen of both sides, and the unholy wars began as the time of darkness came upon us. So this is like basically the start of the fall of places like Argent D'Nur. Because we learned in the last game that Argent D'Nur and the ephemeral planes fell to the demons. The Titans were killed and everything, but they fell to the demons. That basically the Sentinels had to retreat from places like Argent D'Nur because they couldn't survive. But the Doom guy was the person who essentially he had already seen these people before. He'd already seen these demons before. Like ancient forges with weapons. We're good on the armor. We still have missed nothing yet so far, so.
I know of what you have left behind. Go back to it then. Leave this crusade. You cannot save them. They have asked me for this, and so I give it to them. If you let the priest live, then I will return to you what the demons took from you so long ago. You need only turn back, and it will be yours again. All the pain you carry will be gone.
Demons took something from me? Alright, part 6. It's kind of like a Da Vinci. It's a Vitruvian Man, but it's a demon thing. Unlike enemies of the past, we could not contain the demons emergent from the Dark Realm. Their weaponry was not conjured from machine steel, but from the essence of their very being. A dark magic not known to us in our many conquests. Had we grown overconfident, our victories serving to dull our blade as we drink in the glory of our expanding empire? Lost, we knew not of how to prevail against this foe. The Maker gods stood perplexed, and our engineers and priests scrambled to find the advantage in battle we so desperately needed. Unknown to the enemy, we were pushed to the brink of our defeat, and our gods stood with us as we worked to find the answer. The Order of the Deeg were the first to unlock the mystery of these foul creatures. The priests were able to capture several of the beasts and set about to identify the source of their power. It was then that the essence of the Dark Realm was discovered. Not wholly unlike our own, this power was the life essence that flowed through their twisted form and powered their attacks. It could be harnessed to power our own weapons, giving the Argenta the chance to combat the demons on even footing. The priests believed that with greater knowledge of the essence, we could discover its source and cut it off from the demons to strangle their armies from within, allowing us to regain the advantage we required for the victory on the battlefield. The Khan Maker gave blessings to our majesty and directed the priests to delve deeper into the mysteries of the scarlet elixir from the demonic realm, for she sought only to return balance to our universe. Proper assimilation was required, as hell stood beyond her influence. So this is the Argent energy, essentially, that Samuel Hayden had talked about. It's the same stuff. After great effort, the priests discovered more than they had ever hoped for. They learned of the true nature of the demonic energy and how it could strengthen those skilled enough to harness its power. The energy coursing through the malformed bodies of our relentless enemy could be used to end life or to enhance it. The power to heal, to mend, immortality, knowledge, and enlightened faculties beyond our understanding. With the demon's life force in the skilled hands of the sentinel priests, and in the righteous gaze of the Khan Maker, our people would not only rise to victory over the unholy horror that clawed at our walls, we would move to a higher plateau of existence, ushering a new era of military science and industrial healing. No sentinel would grow sick, no maker would need to suffer the transfiguration that they had so feared. All would be risen. None could ever oppose our peaceful ways and threaten our world again. True balance over hell and its legions, over space and time in this world and all others. We would dictate the order, unite with the Makers. We would find peace eternal. But I'm guessing that did not happen, did it? There's the picture. Oh, that's Doom Guy. See, in my classic armor as well. The Khan Maker demanded a teeth of the essence, and driven by her desire, the priests submitted themselves to her will. The Order of the Deeg took counsel with the king, speaking only of the spoiled lands sure to be found through the cleft in creation, and the opportunity to purge the new invaders from Argent Nur. We took the war to their cursed land, pressing through the gates of wizardry. There were one among us who seemed to know the true nature of these foul demons. It was the Outlander, the stranger who had come to us from places unknown. He who had survived in the front lines far longer than any sentinel-born prisoner had before. His passion for battle against the vile horde was evident, his lust for their destruction matching our own. Though Argent D'Nur remained a foreign land to him, his fervor caught the attention of inquisitors of the Sentinel Guard, some whispering of a suspected allegiance he held in secret with the demons. Silencing the critics, King Novik deemed him worthy of selection. The signifiers brought a commission to our king, and it was decided that he would be lifted from the common rabble. Though no arena-born prisoner had ever been granted the honor, the Night Sentinels broke tradition and deemed the Outlander worthy of training. A number of disciples grumbled and chaffed at the barbarian present in their ranks, but in the war with the demons, all opportunities for even the slightest advantage was to be considered, and as they witnessed the stranger spar with their hallmasters, they found him an undying, unrelenting compatriot. This man was an outsider, friend to none, and yet rose each time he was thrown to the dirt of the circle. Battered and bruised, his brow stained with blood, he rose with grim determination for the chance to face his enemies in armed combat once again. Time passed as the stranger was instructed in the codified matrices of their order, the ancient lessons of battle and brotherhood taught to all sentinels. He could sense the opportunity before him. Soon all of hell would feel his wrath once again. Satisfied that he would not be a detriment to their prowess, the Night Sentinels granted him his wish as they ventured through the hell gates with the stranger in tow. They knew no rest, fighting in the unnatural elements and training under the blood moon of night. The stranger suffered exhaustion, wounds, and sickness, but asked for no aid and was offered none. 3 times the Night Sentinels ventured into the gate and back, and upon every return the stranger strode more capable than before, his gait locked in step with the march of the Sentinels, a disciplined and now controlled lust for demon blood ever present. The passing of years and innumerous battles with the devils indentured the stranger to Argenta's mightiest warriors, and no longer did they condescend to him as a new-blooded conscript, for to them he had become a brother in arms forged in war, an ally and a weapon. So basically, I think the idea is that the Doom Hunter, he really kind of not only gained notoriety to the demons. He didn't just gain notoriety becoming this brother in arms to the Night Sentinels, but that's how the demons came to know him, because when they fought against the Sentinels, there was always one that stood out, and it was the Doomslayer. So the one-up was behind bars.
I pity the humans. I do. Theirs is a hard role to play. But I too have a world to save. Without their souls, there can be no hell energy, and the Argent will cease to flow. I cannot allow this to happen. You will not stand in the way of Erdak's progress. This is how it has always been done. It is not for you to deny us our chance at prosperity.
Yeah, but won't the demons just kill everybody? And then eventually there will be no humans anyway? History of the Sentinels Part 8. Sentinels fighting against demons, Conmaker. As we warred with the beast, the Argenta society grew, under the watchful eye of the Makers and through the endless power of the Essence. While our generals were consumed with the unholy war, our culture was marked by the beautiful potion the enemies had provided us, the sweet elixir. It brought us immeasurable capacity and empowered us to reach farther into dimensions once thought to be beyond our grasp. Under the direction of our Maker gods and the engineering of our high priests, our weapons blazed and our war machines stormed. The throngs of the populace drank deeply from the well of energy unveiled by the priests, but we of the Night Sentinels took no part in their abundance. Some among us whispered accusations and warnings against this manner of progress, but they were quelled, as it was not our role to dictate the future of our people, only to defend it. There's a lot of Sentinel history. Once again, I have everything there. Looks like a shield. Okay, so we have, well, they're one up. Okay. We have 3 more diary. We have 3 more codex pages. Oh, and so that must be us. See, the old armor. We had that. As the Black Star ascended to his zenith, King Novik sat restless on his throne as the howling darkness began to assemble just beyond the mountain rise to the east. The blight came upon us in droves, flooding forth from the Hell Gate with merciless fury. They brought with them a monstrous titan, the Dreadnought, a beast to rival the stature and menace of even the mightiest Ancestral. The grotesque giant laid waste to all before him, crushing all in his path. This was a total demonic assault, striking at the heart of Argent D'Nur as never before. How was it that the behemoth could pass through the demonic gate without warning? We would never know, though the Night Sentinels believed treason was at play. Caught off guard, the Sentinels scrambled late in defiance of the Titan and his horde, and with his coming, the holy city of Taras Nabad prepared for judgment. With the onslaught of the demons massed in the sprawling shadow of the abhorrent fiend, the city shook to its foundation. None were spared, save those that fled north. The vile swarm ransacked our temples and palaces, burning our towers and feasting on the souls of our clergy. Yet the Night Sentinels rallied and held fast against the demons, though they were pushed back and corralled at the blood arena. As the dark of night descended, their swords were made potent and shred the enemy multitude with abandon. Amidst the unyielding ranks of the Sentinels, when all other apprentices had fallen in battle, stood the Outlander. Rip and tear, he roared, ferocious in battle. The remaining conscripts of the arena stood in awe as they witnessed the beast who had once raged within their very cells, now armored alongside the shoulders of his Sentinel brethren. He had risen where none other had before, a true-born Sentinel fighter, the very best among them. But though the swarm fell before their assault, the Titan remained invincible, for none could tame the behemoth alone. In the hours before dawn, as the Night Sentinels weathered the relentless assault, the Outlander held his ground at the foot of the great wall in the northern bend of the castle. Seeing his unending vigor, Samur, Chancellor to the Mother God, hurried the Outlander away under veil of secrecy, and for reason unknown submitted him to a rite untold. This was heresy, for Samur received no consent from the Khan Maker, nor did he receive her counsel. In the Chapel of Purity, the Outlander submitted himself to the divinity machine. There, Samur Maker, the Seraphim, known to us only as the aid to the Mother God, blessed the Outlander with fierce speed and power to match his will. It was the method by which this transfusion took place that was most uncertain to us, for we were of the knowledge that the Maker device bestowed onto the Argenta so many generations ago as to be used by the priests only to find the impurity among us. How could it be that the device was meant to cull the Sentinel breed of its contaminants, could then be used to purify the Outlander's body, and give rise to the one who would lead us into battle henceforth? What rose from the holy coffin on that fateful day was not the impure abomination the Covenant warned us of. The hero within would come to be known as the Great Slayer, the Time Walker, the warrior Khan, whose fire sword would blaze forth a path for the just and cut through the demonic horde with a vengeance that only a god king could summon. He rose, unbroken by the ritual, his eyes burning with Maker magic. He took the crucible in his hand. The wraith fire leapt forth from the blade as only it only at will when held by a true Sentinel warrior king. In our darkest hour, the Slayer had been chosen. Defying tradition, our most sacred laws, and the will of the Great Khan herself, a stranger to our lands had been blessed with celestial might. So basically, the Slayer, he was a man, but he essentially became a god, essentially. And see, like, the thing is if you, I'm actually reading. This is from the book of the Slayer that actually comes with the collector edition. It actually talks about. It still has some of the stuff from the other game in there, and this is actually, if you remember, this is actually from one of the testaments from the demons. He strode upon the plain and faced the Doomslayer as a mighty battle was fought on the desolate plains. The Titan fought with the fury of the countless that had fallen at the Doomslayer's hand, but there fell the Titan. And in his defeat, the Shadow Horde were routed. So, yeah, basically, he was a man, but he had fought so hard and so brutal as the others around him that he eventually became a god. He was the Maker had made him Samur had made him basically a god. And he became, I mean, not immortal, but pretty much. You know, he became everything that was to be feared, not just by demons, but by
stand by and watch as you put
her.
our future at risk. Earth will be consumed, and the energy will continue to flow. It is your people's survival against mine.
Deeg Grov. So, good old Deeg Grov. There he is. Deeg Grov remains the most powerful of the Hell Priests amongst the people of Argent D'Nur. Frequently visiting his ancient homeworld to lord over the populace, arrogant and pompous, Grov calls for blood sport in the arena to entertain the fallen citizens of Sentinel Prime. Since the demonic invasion of Earth began, he has operated on the planet's surface along with his fellow Hell Priests to direct Hell's forces. But after the deaths of Deeg Nilox and Deeg Rannick, he has fled to the safety of the arena. It was Deeg Grov who facilitated the torment and eventual betrayal of Sentinel Commander Valen, taking the keys to the Sepulchre of Elements and opening the vault of the Sleeping Wraiths. The ancient creatures were abducted, transported to Hell, and tortured to siphon away their power. Aha! So that's why they ended up there. He used the heart of Valen's son to animate the icon of Sin, a titan still spoken of in legend throughout Argent D'Nur. Oh, is that the titan that we faced off against? Just under a different name. Maybe, maybe not. We do have a boss coming up. Gargoyle in there. See, look, they keep different demons. You're mad. Gladiator. Oh no. Oh dear. In the years following the end of the Golden Age, competing factions of Argent D'Nur turned against one another. An insidious influence had beset itself upon the Sentinel people, corrupting its once held sacred traditions. The Colosseum, where once a place of honorable combat where prisoners of the Argenta were tested for the right to fight on the front lines of their army, has since become a place for blood sport. In violation of Sentinel law, the priests have encaged a demon there, a merciless executioner used to enact judgment of their own decree, the Gladiator. Wielding an accursed shield which entombs the tormented soul of his undying master, remains undefeated in battle, infamous for the many lives it has claimed. Well, guess what's on the afternoon agenda for us today? Alright, bros. Open her up. We got all the items here. Guess we're gonna have to prove ourselves in the arena here. And that right there is the lithograph that you actually get with the Collector Edition. It's also a title banner that
You'll make a fine addition to the front line, stranger.
Demons! They are everywhere. Must kill them all!
Dress his wounds and bring him to us. I want to know more about the others he speaks of.
Yes, Your Grace. If Sentinel Holy Blood is spilled on these grounds, you will lose all sovereignty here.
Alright, well, it was fun while it lasted. Oh boy. Oh, that must be the shield. That's a big ass shield. Shield's eyes flash green, the gladiator is about to attack. Shoot him when the eyes are green to stagger him and create an opening. Probably not done yet, really. Oh god. Oh yeah, now time to face off with this bitch. Oh boy, he's going. Yeah, here we go. That shield, the gladiator is more aggressive in his wide variety of attacks. The gladiator's spins one of his flails, returns, attacks back to the player. When the gladiator's eyes flash green, he's about to strike. Go. Yeah, fuck, bro. One of those ghostly.
This stops nothing. Earth will be consumed, regardless of what.
Oh.
The portal is ready. We should leave immediately.
That's what we're doing. Well, there we go. Blood Punch has been upgraded. Glory kills on heavy demons will now instantly charge a Blood Punch. All the combat done. All the exploration done. Thumbs down. Get the gladiator in the Colosseum. Alright, we got 10 weapon points. Look at that. All the exploration. We got 87,000 on that, so we're close to level 10. Ooh, we got a Crimson outfit. We got the Forged in Flame profile icon. I'm assuming we're going to be going back to the Fortress. Yep, the Fortress of Doom, so we'll just head back here.
The Khan Maker has overloaded your systems. Vega has no control over...
If you had let the culling continue, the human race you fight to protect would have survived. Now I will resurrect the Icon of Sin. He will devour Earth and leave your home world in ruins. Life on your planet shall never return. And this will be yet another world you brought to extinction. This stronghold will now serve as your prison. With no power, you can do no more harm to our mission, and we may continue the work that must be done.
You're gonna regret all this. Uh, 2 demons with a single hit blast 30 times. Okay. Power to my ship.
She didn't know you had the demonic crucible. In the end, the very power source you sought to eradicate from Earth is now what will help you save it.
The mission on Sentinel Prime was a success. The demonic consumption of Earth has been stopped.
Only a Slayer's Crucible blade can stop a Titan. You must get to the Sentinel City of Taras Nabad to retrieve your Crucible before it is too late. Without it, the Titan cannot be stopped.
Setting the portal to Taras Nabad.
Alright. We have cheat codes here. So, this is the cheat codes we've gotten so far. We've got infinite extra lives. Sentinel armor is active for the whole mission. All runes unlocked. Stagger demons die from a single hit from projectiles, explosion, flame belts, or dashing. Infinite onslaught power up is active for the whole mission. All weapons are unlocked and mastered, and all equipment is unlocked. Nice. All weapons have infinite ammo. Nice. Alright, so we got everything there. There's now... Oh, what is this? It's a cheat code. How do I get it? Alright, I have 4 Sentinel batteries, so we will use them to unlock these 2 crystals here. Let's go ahead and do the heavy and super heavy demons stay on fire longer. We'll increase the health. Oh, here's the Doom 64 intro. As I did mention in the previous part, we are going to be doing a playthrough of Doom 64. It was a game that I loved playing as a kid, so it's definitely I had an N64, and Doom 64 was a game that I played a lot of. It was actually the first Doom that I played, and then I didn't actually play the first and second like the original first Doom and the second Doom until many years later. Alright, and so let's go ahead and get the... As long as you're at max armor, all blood punch, or... Well, you know, let's have demon trap armor at a faster rate. We'll increase the health. This will give us a lot more health. We have 175 health now. Okay, so we have 11 points as well. see here. Might as well get this. 3 enemies 50 times with the destroyer blade. And let's see, we have 5. Full auto has a 5, so we might as well do this one as well. 15 pinkies at the full auto mod. So probably a lot of these I'll probably end up doing, not like I've been doing the Prowler stuff, but a lot of these I'm probably will do not on stream. I'll probably end up just going back and doing levels where I purposely do these. Let's go ahead and use this. If I have 6 keys, we almost have the gun. So really all we have left now is we have this one here for this mod, and then we have these 2 for that mod over there. We basically have everything, but I need to figure out how to get this cheat here. We can also go and check out all our toys. We have a whole lot more of a collection now. I'm assuming there's gonna be like a big one that goes right there. Oh, there's our BFG. I'm assuming the Unmaker is gonna go like right there. That what it's called. I believe the Unmaker. Oh, this is the Quake 2 quad machine track. Quake 2 actually had some pretty good music. That's pretty good. I mean, the music tracks they show up all over now. But how? Roth one. How do we get up there? I mean, it doesn't look like there's... There's no way through there. Huh. Oh, you drop out of the top there. There's a path up somewhere. the fuck? Oh, was that it? Oh, I just like saw that and I was like, what the hell is that thing? Okay, there we go. Fully upgraded suit. Nice. Well, because I saw that there was a little thing there and it was like, so I was wondering what that was, but well, there we go. Okay, so I think that's gonna do it for this part. And then once we come back next time, we will be heading to the new level. That was a pretty good part. Basically, we learned a lot about the Doomslayer's past. And we have some more skins now. We have Crimson. We have the Astro one still. I think we're gonna switch back to our normal suit. I think we're gonna do. Do we want to do Crimson or do we want to do Astro? Let's do the Astro one. I think that's gonna be pretty cool. So we do have this now as well. We're gonna keep it cleaner though, because that's what I like the most. We have all the agnostic stuff done except for the last one, which is completing every milestone. We have 23 of 53 done here. These are all story related, I'm guessing. These all here are story related. There's operator suit, perks, single safe slot. Yes, the gate. Break through the gates as well. So 150 enemies with the BFG. That's the Unmaker, so. Alright, well, yeah, so we will be back next time with with going to this new planet. So take care, everybody. See you on the next one. Bye.